They were nice to you. Not nice to everyone. Nice to you. And at the time, it felt like recognition. Like someone finally saw something worth seeing. You remember the early days. The attention. The way they made you feel like the most important person in the room. You did not question it. Why would you? But somewhere along the way, something shifted. The warmth cooled. The attention moved. And you were left trying to figure out what you did wrong. You did not do anything wrong. You were chosen. And being chosen was the first step in a sequence you never saw coming. The most dangerous person in any room is not the one who is cold to you from the start. Cold people announce themselves. You know where you stand. The most dangerous person is the one who was warm to you first. Specifically warm. Specifically to you. On purpose. Because warmth costs nothing to perform. And in the hands of the right person, it is the most effective tool for getting inside a life that would otherwise stay closed. Think about the moment you first trusted them. What made you trust them? Chances are, they gave you something first. Attention. Validation. The feeling of being understood. Nobody questions a gift. That is why gifts work. And what they gave you is not kindness. It was an investment. They were buying access. You were not loved into their life. You were scouted into it. Here is how the scouting works. Before anyone reveals themselves as a threat, they run a quiet diagnostic. They watch how you respond to attention, how quickly you open up, how much you need to feel seen. The more you needed it, the more valuable you became. Not because you are weak, because you are human. And they found the exact frequency your nervous system responds to. There is a name for what happened to you. Drop one word in the comments. Describe how their kindness made you feel before everything changed. Just one word. You are not here because you are naive. You are here because you were targeted by someone who was very good at finding the right door and knocking in exactly the right way. And the right way was never loud. It was never aggressive. It was warm, patient, specific, calibrated entirely to you. This is what separates a predator from someone who is simply difficult or damaged. Difficult people hurt you without a plan. Predators hurt you with one. The plan starts before you know there is a plan. It starts with the nice mask. And the nice mask serves one purpose: to get close enough to find out what you are protecting. Everyone is protecting something. A wound, a fear, a need they have never fully admitted out loud. The nice mask is designed to make you feel safe enough to show it. And the moment you showed it, the moment you let them see what matters most to you, that became the map. Not a map to love you, a map to manage you. Think about what you shared with them early on. The things you told them that you did not tell other people. The vulnerabilities you revealed because they made you feel so understood. Every single one of those things became leverage. Not immediately. Leverage does not work immediately. It works later, when you least expect it, when you have forgotten you ever handed it over. This is why it hurts so much when the mask drops. Not just because the warmth is gone, but because everything you shared in the warmth is still in their hands. And you gave it freely, because you thought you were safe. You were not wrong to trust. You were targeted by someone who made trust feel like the only rational response. That is not your failure. That is their method. You recognize something in this video. That sequence, the warmth, the opening up, the shift. Comment I see it if you have been through this. You are not alone in it. Here is the part that most people never reach. The part that changes how you move through the world. The nice mask has a pattern. And once you know the pattern, you will never miss it again. Step 1. They find you when you are slightly off balance. Not broken, just transitioning. A new job, a move, a friendship that recently fell apart. Moments when the usual walls are slightly lower. Step 2. They offer exactly what the moment requires. Stability when you are anxious. Fun when you are bored. Depth when you are feeling unseen. The fit feels almost too perfect. Because it was designed to. This is called the nice mask sequence. And it does not end with the warmth. The warmth is only Act 1. Step 3. They create dependency. Slowly, subtly, by becoming the primary source of the thing they identified you needed most. The one who always responds. The one who always shows up. The one who always understands. Until you need them. Until your day feels incomplete without their input. Until their approval has become part of how you measure your own worth. Step 4. The first test. A small withdrawal of warmth. Unexplained. Brief. Just enough for you to notice. Just enough for you to reach toward them to restore what was there before. If you reach, and most people do, the test confirms the dependency. And the mask can now begin to slip. Because it no longer needs to be perfect. You are already trained. Step 5. The reframe. Who they were in Act 1 slowly becomes who you were told you imagined. Their coldness becomes your sensitivity. Their cruelty becomes your overreaction. Their pattern becomes your problem. And you, who opened up to them in the warmth, who showed them everything, you start to believe it. Because the alternative is accepting that the warmth was never real. And that is almost too painful to hold. So you chase the warmth instead. You try to get back to Act 1. You modify your behavior. You shrink. You soften. You explain. You apologize. And they watch. Patient. Calm. Exactly as they were at the beginning. Except now the patience is not kindness. It is control. This is the full shape of the nice mask. Not a moment of deception, a sequence. Designed to get in, find the wound, build the dependency, and then use all three to maintain control without ever raising their voice. And here is the darkest part. Most people who do this are not fully aware they are doing it. For some of them, it is simply what relationships have always looked like. They learned early that warmth is a tool. That access is earned through performance. That people are resources to be managed. This does not make what they did acceptable. It makes it explainable. And explanation is not forgiveness. It is information. And information is the only thing that protects you going forward. So how do you see the mask before it drops? How do you recognize Act 1 for what it is before you are already in Act 3? The first signal is specificity. Genuine warmth is general. It spreads outward to everyone. Performed warmth is specific. It finds you, focuses on you, mirrors you. If someone's attention feels almost perfectly calibrated to what you need, slow down. The second signal is speed. Real trust is built slowly through repeated, consistent behavior over time. If someone is offering deep intimacy, unusual access, or intense connection very early, that speed is a sign. Not always, but enough to pay attention. The third signal is the first withdrawal. Watch how they behave the first time you disappoint them. Not a major betrayal, just a small miss. A canceled plan. A boundary you held. A moment where you did not perform as expected. The reaction to that first miss tells you everything. Patience and understanding means real. Coldness, pouting, withdrawal, or subtle punishment means the mask beginning to slip. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for consistency. Does the warmth hold when it is inconvenient for them? Or does it only exist when it is serving a purpose? Real warmth holds. Performed warmth requires an audience and a return on investment. This is not a reason to close yourself off entirely. It is not a reason to distrust everyone who is kind to you. It is a reason to let trust be earned slowly, through time, through consistency, through the moments when showing up costs them something. The people worth letting in will still be there when the initial intensity fades. They will not disappear when you hold a boundary. They will not withdraw when you have a bad week. Real things do not need to be performed. And real people do not arrive with a perfect mask.